name is Law Nation. We're going to talk about this Dallas Cowboys first round pick, my thoughts, and then we're going to get into details of day 2. Got hope. We got hope, baby. Let's go. As the room fill up, be sure to hit that like. Sharing is caring. Let's continue to grind to shine. Appreciate everybody who joined us last night. Appreciate everybody that will join us tonight. Let's go. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. And keep in mind, they once were boos for Travis Frederick. And I'm not saying that this guy is Travis Frederick, by the way. No. I'm not saying that. Gotta give this man a chance, though, right? Let's go. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, day 1 is out the way, and now it will be day 2 in the mix. Let's go. All right. Boom. All right, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate y'all so much, man. Let me see if I can turn this down. Not the normal setup. I'll be at the normal setup in a few hours here. But I thought I would give you guys my thoughts on the early part of the morning about this guy, Tyler Smith. And I didn't go to sleep immediately last night. I was pretty much going over everything as far as trying to look at some of his film, get a hold of some of his tape and his mindset. And I can tell you guys, objectively speaking, you got to wait until everything is done. You got to wait until the complete picture is over with. It's like looking at somebody creating a recipe and you're looking over their shoulder and you're saying, hey, why did you add that in there? Or, what's the point? What's the point of putting that in there, And you got to wait until the whole process is over with. And of course, I want to know now, because I'm going to hold y'all feet to it just like I did last year, who in the chat is day 1 Tyler Smith? If you're a Tyler Smith D1, put D1 in the chat. Let me see D1 in the chat, and that way I can get a gauge of all of how you guys feel about this situation. Now, I get it. And I knew, like, when, shout out to you, Sip the Truth. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Coffee for you. I see some people putting D1s. And I definitely wasn't a D1 Parsons guy, right? I said, look, let me see how the rest of this draft falls, right? And no cap, I was like a day 3 guy, day 3, day 4, maybe day 5 guy, far as Parsons. So it is what it is. I mean, it's one of those situations where you could be looking at another team and you can say, hey, they're making all of the right moves. They're moving this guy. They're getting out and getting this guy, right? And last night, shout out to the OC, but he was one of the guys that said, hey, look for Tyler Smith to go in the first round. And I was like, nah, I don't even have him on my radar. And he also said 2 weeks ago, literally 2 weeks ago, that Trayvon Walker would be the number 1 pick in this draft. And last night I said, hey, man, you on the money, man. Is there by a chance you know the lottery numbers, right? and that's the reality of it. We do need offensive line. And in my world, was that the best player available? Not according to Law's draft board, right? Right? My draft board, I didn't have Tyler Smith in the first round. And we've seen storylines like this happen before. Go to my Facebook page or my Twitter account, and when they call Travis Frederick, a third of the Cowboy fans were booing. They was literally booing the guy, and it was based upon the analysis and the actual, not production, but the commentary of the draft experts, the draft pundits. So in Dallas Cowboys land, they had him, the 16th on their board, allegedly. We don't know whether or not they was telling the truth on that, but Cowboys. One thing I'm gonna tell you guys, they know how to sell stuff, right? And it won't be hard at all for them to sell the ideology of a Tyler Smith. And I'm just gonna have to watch it with my eyes and say, okay, do I believe what they're saying, basically? But this guy right here, let him have that moment. Let the Smith family have that moment. Can you imagine? You having a son, right? And he's 6'5", 330 pounds, give or take, and he gets to the highest of the highest level. Look, he didn't even know that he was going to the Cowboys, right? If he knew, he would have had a Cowboys hat somewhere in the proximity. But he didn't even know that he was going to get drafted by the Cowboys. And for that moment, Cowboy Nation, don't rob that moment for him. That's why I put out no comment. I'm going to wait. I'm going to have to wait to see because I don't know. Now, he did have 16 penalties last year, or I think one season he had north of 12 or what have you. And he's a penalty guy. But when I was listening in to the boys on 105.3 The Fan and the presser from the DallasCowboys.com, they kind of broke it down, whereas it was an aggressive type of the penalties, right? When you look at the tape, he's a finisher. He's a guy that sometimes when he grab, he's on the outside of the pads. And you got to have your hands in the inside, right? And they call the flag. And we get it. It's Cowboys. I tell people all the time, it's three teams who we facing against every Sunday. The opposing opposition, that's one. The aficionado, that's two. And then there's Roger Goodell, that's three. We literally got to play against three teams every single time. So that's just how it is. Shout out to you, Ken. He says, I like nasty offensive linemen. Yeah. So imagine having this moment right here that's for him, Let me see if I can find that moment. Yeah.
It is, Coach. Ain't no feeling like it, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. Shannon, I don't even know what I'm going to have to unjoin these groups.
We are here pitching ourselves.
You need to sign.
That's it.
That's a moment right there. That's a moment, Cowboy Nation, that when you look at everything and you can say, man, don't rob that kid of that joy, right? Don't be robbers of that joy, Cowboy Nation. And I look at the picks collectively as a complete. So day one is in the bag, and now we have day two. There's tons of guys that we can get in day two. You got Boye Mafe. Normally in the second round, the Cowboys like to go with that risk element, and it could be in the second round they go with David Ajabo, Michigan kid, right? Another Michigan guy. For those who keep reminding me of Taco Charlton. And, of course, there's Sky Moore out there, George Pickens, John Miche, Sam Williams. I think Sam Williams could be in pretty much in the third round, by the way. And you got Trey McBride. He's out there. Greg Dolchik. List me some of the guys that you guys would love to see in the Cowboys silver and blue. And, yeah, Big Toe, you said you like Leo Chanel. I like him too. Let's listen into this audio right quick.
This team is the Access. The Dallas Cowboys at number 24 draft Tulsa offensive tackle Tyler Smith, and he's joining us right now on 105.3 The Fan and the Dallas Cowboys Radio Network. Hello, Tyler. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Man, it's indescribable, man. I can't even put it into words, really.
Paint the picture at your house. It sounds like it's a little bit of fun wherever you are.
Man, as soon as it happened, everybody yelling, everybody screaming. I'm in pure shock. I'm talking to Mr. Jones. I'm like, man, you almost got to pinch yourself because it's like a dream, like you're waking up into.
When did you start first getting the feeling that this could happen and the Cowboys were interested in you?
Man, to be honest, the only time I knew was I had a private workout with them, and like I heard good things, but like throughout the process, I really didn't know till today. But it's a blessing.
Now, playing for the hometown team, I mean, you grew up in Fort Worth, you played at North Crowley High School. What does it mean to you and your family to be able to play close to home and play for a franchise like the Cowboys?
Man, it's indescribable, man. I played college football in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and, to finally be called home, man, to play for the great state, man, there's no other feeling like it.
Now, you were a Cowboy fan, though. Let's clarify that, right? You are a Cowboys fan.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's the right answer.
Hey, Tyler, congratulations, man. I'm just curious. I mean, from the outsider's perspective, and we talk about your fit and how you look at the NFL level, we assume that you would start out at guard. Have they talked to you about that? What's your kind of idea for what your role looks like at this level of football?
Man, they haven't talked to me about it, but, I'm ready to play all 5 positions, do whatever I can to help the team win, man. That's my only goal is contributing and making sure we get to that Super Bowl and take it home.
Now,
hey, he said he's willing to play all 5. Now, shout out to Barry Griffith. Last night he kind of put this in my ear. He said, man, pretty much the Cowboys, every offensive lineman at this point, name start with a T. If you really think of it, outside of Zach Martin. So it's the 4 T's and 1 Martin. 4 T's, and Martin must be the lead soloist, But it is what it is at this point. If you got somebody with passion, hunger, and desire, man, you just never know. I mean, a third of us didn't see Terrence Steele coming, right? And he was undrafted. Now, how this thing can all shake out for Tyler Smith, we don't know. Now, did the Jones effect happen to the Joneses? Very much so. I was listening to the presser, and it's kind of weird. Stephen Jones said a good friend of his also called, right? And now we need to figure out who's that good friend, because it had to be somebody drafting after the Cowboys, and it wasn't that many teams, right? Said that they called, and they kind of denied the trade. And one of the people that they denied the trade to, after they made the pick, he lamented that they really wanted Tyler Smith. Now, you could take that tongue in cheek like I did last night. I was like, yeah, but that's kind of like you leading the witness, right? But so we'll find out whether or not, what Tyler Smith can bring to the table. But you guys know, I always say this right here. Write this down. You got to have this type of mentality. PhD. Write that down. Poor, hungry, and determined. And if you got somebody that's poor, hungry, and determined, they'll figure things out. And any product, any draft product, let me just be real with you guys when I say this. Any of those guys are not ready. Everybody got to go through a level of learning and picking up the system. Look, we was high on Evan Neal, Charles Cross. We was high on those boys, right? We was high on even my guy Zion Johnson. But those guys still have to go into their set system and pick it up to learn and utilize that particular system. And some of this stuff would not hit all of these guys, right? None of these guys are sure ends. I was telling you guys a couple of weeks ago, far as wide receivers, very much so. It may be a wide receiver in this draft that everybody overlooked. It could be David Bell that can just blow things out of the water in this doggone draft as it relates to wide receiver. It could be a Bo Melton. It could be Alex Pierce. He could be for sure the best wide receiver in this class. And right now, everybody banging on the table for Chris Olave, or everybody banging on the table for Drake London, right? So we've seen it happen before. If you think I'm lying, who wouldn't want Cooper Kupp right now? And was Cooper Kupp drafted in the first round? I'll wait. Let me know. Let me know where Cooper Kupp was drafted at, right? So give it time, Cowboy Nation. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Sip the Truth, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. We're going to have we had to get another nasty young lineman because the Giants and the Eagles got nasty on defensive line law. Look, I think what Stephen Jones said last night about the Giants and the Eagles draft selections, that they did wonderful and they got better. Everybody in this division got better, basically. And one of the reporters asked him, they threw him a curveball. Do you see that your team got better, right? One thing I can tell people that this is a marathon, not a sprint. Focus on your lane. You can't win in this draft by focusing in on someone else. Focus on your draft board, focus on your lane, and you have to look at it. If you perceive that Tyler Smith is the best for you, then let that be. So there's people right now that's driving a Honda, can outrace a person who just bought their Ferrari because they don't know how to drive it, right? So if you know how to handle yours, then you handle yours. Remember those 007s or those Born Identity? Or was it Born? Jason Bourne movies? That joker would jump in a Yugo and drive that thing like it's crazy. Brown versus Brown. Yeah, I feel you. Shout out to you, Kelly. Thank you. We draft great, so I'm good with the pick. This is from Av1500. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Shout out to you, Barry Griffith. Thank you, man, for being part of this stream. Al Davis drafting, baby. Now, I think Al Davis would have drafted the fastest guy that he could find in the draft. It would have been literally Calvin Austin with the first pick in this 2022 draft if Al Davis had the first pick of the draft. Shout out to you, Nicole. Thank you for jumping in.
Tyler, again, congratulations on getting picked by the hometown team. We talk about that there, about have they talked to you about playing guard or tackle? I know you played tackle pretty much exclusively at Tulsa, but you were actually a guard recruit coming out of high school. Where do you feel most comfortable playing?
I mean, I'm most comfortable playing wherever, man. I train for it all. I'm willing to put the work in, take the coaching to do whatever I got to do. So that's kind of, that's my outlook on I can play anywhere they put me.
Tyler, as a Cowboy fan, though, you got to be familiar, though, with this offensive line, right, which you're about to be a part of. You kind of getting the feeling like, hey, wait a minute, Tyron Smith and Zach Martin and those guys, you got to be excited about being teammates with those guys.
No, I'm too excited. I grew up watching those guys, from the NFL Top 100 to just, breakdown videos of Tyron Smith and Zach Martin and all those guys. It's just crazy to me to be able to call my teammates, but they're going to be a great source, to learn from, to, perfect my craft. And it's a blessing to be here.
Now, for most Cowboys fans out there, this is the first time they're hearing you and hearing your story. What do you feel like is your biggest strength as a player as you enter the NFL, and what are some things that you feel like need to take a next step now that you're at the pro level?
Man, I feel like, one of my biggest strengths, I carry a great chip on my shoulder. I'm athletically gifted. I'm physical. The effort is always going to be at 120% to infinity. But, I'm willing to go wherever and do whatever to win. And that's my greatest strength. Obviously, I got to get the coaching. I'm going to get coached up and continue to improve in every facet of my game. I'm never satisfied. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to get to the next level every day.
You know what? I love those words that he put together and he crafted together, and those words goes a long way with me. I was watching on the Pivot podcast, Shaquille O'Neal, Big Shaq, right? Who's a Cowboy fan, by the way. His father, when he was growing up, would take his trophies and hide them from him. And when he won his trophies or what have you, he said, hey, father, hey, pops, basically, what happened to my trophies? Where did you put them? He said, I moved them so that you would never be satisfied. Never get into the feelings of being satisfied. Always fight for more. Always, even though you came in first place, there's Joe Blow down the street that's developing and working on his craft. And next year, he's going to compete to be first place. No, never get the feeling of being satisfied. So when you have that type of mentality, it goes a long way. And you guys all know Shaquille O'Neal's resume. It's nothing to sneeze at far as his accolades and what he did on and off the court. And Shaquille O'Neal, he said he still used that as it relates to never feeling satisfied to this day. And I kind of look at this moment, this 6'5", 325-pound or 30-pound guy, if he had that mindset of, hey, I'm never satisfied. Hey, yeah, I had issues of holding. Yes, I had issues of being over-aggressive. Now, don't take that away because we need nastiness. We need nastiness so bad on this offensive line. I want him to literally reach down in his nose and pull out a booger and wipe it on your shoulder, right? And tell you don't move it until after the game. I want him to land on you and then not tickle you, but just stay on you with all of that 325 pounds. I was watching PFF, and I can't stand PFF. I'm going to be 100 with y'all because they've been hurting my dog, Trayvon Diggs, with these stat levels. I don't know what Trayvon Diggs done said to them or did to them, but they would never give Trayvon Diggs a high grade, right? But they for dog sure gave Tyler Smith a high grade in run blocking. I think his run block grade was like 93.2. Sound like a radio station. And he was by far the best run blocker in this particular college 2022 season or 2022 draft or what have you, the best graded run blocker guy. And when you look at the tape, you see a little rawness in him in it, but you see also that aggressive mentality. Shout out to you, Caesar. Law, give Vegas a hell for us. Go Cowboys. You know what? I can't tell y'all where my whereabouts at, but it's not Vegas. So let's continue to have that nastiness, man. Let's continue to have that aggressive approach. And I used to have this analogy last year, and it was more so of dealing with a bar fight, right? And I was saying to the people, I cannot imagine a world, right, whereas you go into a fight, you finna get into a fight, and you have Terrence Steele being the getaway guy, right, and you have Connor Williams in there, right? I said you got to figure out a way to have your best aggressive guys that's willing to fight all night. Let Connor Williams be the drive-away guy, right? Throw him the keys. Or let Tyler Biotis be the drive-away guy, right? The getaway guy. And I was trying to figure out a way to use that analogy. However, now heading into this year, shoot. If I'm finna get into a fight, let me have that 6'5", 330 pound. At least he might slip and land on you, crush your ankle, So, like, man, you'll win until you trip and he fell on you and he crushed your ankle, dog. Your ankle stuff is broke. This dude is willing to fight. So let's get this thing going this way. All right, let me listen to some more of this audio, this quick audio right quick. I appreciate everybody for jumping in, and shout out to 105.3 The Fan.
Newest Cowboys offensive lineman Tyler Smith joining us. We heard that they were looking for a little more nastiness in the offseason, a little bit more edge. Can you provide that?
Man, that's my motto. That's my MO. So I definitely got him on that.
What's your nickname? What do they call you? What should we get used to?
Man, most people call me T-Sizzle. That's like my social media handles and stuff.
T-Sizzle.
But they call me anything. I'm a man of the people.
Man of the people.
Guys, you good to go? Ready to go?
Congratulations, Tyler.
Yeah.
Happy to have you on board, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I'm truly blessed to be here, man. It's an honor. I can't say that enough.
What's your cell phone looking like right now?
Man, it's beeping now as we talk, man. I got y'all in one ear. Notifications in the other, man, but it's a blessing.
Hey, man, congratulations. We're really, really happy for you. Good to see the hometown kid join America's team, and we'll see you in person soon.
That's good, man. So that's Tyler Smith interview with 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to them. And Big Nasty Sizzle. This is from Tyler Smith. That's in the chat. Now, if that's you, shout out to you. Tyler Smith is such a common name. But shout out to him if that's you, big, nasty Tyler Smith. And he said that he's a diehard Cowboy fan. So if that's the case and if that's the scenario, Cowboy Nation, he know the pains. He do know the pain, baby. And we couldn't get nasty at all with the 49ers. We couldn't bust through a wet paper bag against the 49ers, right? So on one end, we got literally, look, this Tyler Smith said, laugh out loud, no, but I'm also from Tulsa, though. Shout out to Tyler Smith. That's a very common name, man. So you're going to have to put Tyler Smith, not Tyler Smith or something, man, so I won't be looking like, getting catfish. Shout out to him that's in the chat. Normally I have the chat up on the screen so you guys can see it, but I got a different setup, man, so I can't do it in this particular fashion here. But Cowboy Nation, look, it is what it is at this point. Please, please, please do not get all into this doom and gloom session. We got 8 draft picks. If you guys want something from me, I'm going to tell you guys right now. Newsflash. I don't want the Cowboys to use all 8 of these picks on draft picks. I want them to take some of these draft picks and move up, get rid of one, trade it away, move up, and get multiple draft picks, maybe in the third. If you can squeeze inside and get multiple draft picks, like in the second, I'll be happy with that too. I'll be flat out happy. T-Sizzle. That do have a ring to it. Somebody else was named T-Sizzle. Put the other person's name that was T-Sizzle. It's just the tip of my tongue. Kennard in third. I don't know about that. Hollywood Brown went for the first. Yeah. Yep. A.J. Brown, the best wide receiver in the NFC East. Philly scary. Yeah. And this is from my guy LT. You still got to have you a quarterback. You got to have you a quarterback to give it to the wide receiver. And just because A.J. Brown did whatever he did in Titans land, his numbers wasn't like CeeDee Lamb. Did you do your homework, or you just saying off a base of emotions that A.J. Brown is better than CeeDee Lamb? Pull up A.J. Brown's number versus CeeDee Lamb and let me know who numbers were better. So if you just want to go walk out there, that's Terrell Suggs, right? Terrell Suggs, okay. A.J. Brown numbers been very comparable to a Michael Gallup, right? But from the outside looking in, from the freshness and the newness of everything, people are already going to look at A.J. Brown as he can walk on water. And I get it. I've seen the Eagles develop this dream team scenario, and then all of a sudden they have egg on their face. And shout out to the Eagles. I can't wait to play them. So you guys hear it first from me. When we sweep the Eagles again, I don't want to hear anything about, it's the NFC East and the Cowboys, just beat up on the poor low NFC East, and they just don't. I don't want to hear none of that. Hush it. Give us the credit when we beat them this year, and when we beat the Giants this year. Don't be talking about the NFC East is a weak division and all of this crap. Nobody got more Super Bowls in the NFC East, and nobody play each other rough, rugged, and hard just like we play each other in the NFC East. So now y'all have that. Because just last year, Eagles fans were saying, yeah, man, we the best team in the NFC East. And then when we beat them, hey, man, it's the NFC least. The same could be said by the Giants. And I heard Louis T. all last year, all offseason, talk glowingly of his Washington Commanders. And he was talking all of this good stuff about them, right? And all we did was pull out a broom, and swept left and swept right. And now all of a sudden it don't count because we the NFC East. Okay. So bring it. I'm glad that they got better, so that now we can become even better by beating them up with their better players, so we can get ready for the playoff. I still think that the Dallas Cowboys is the best team in the NFC East. You know, so that's just how it goes. Hurts is trash. Just from Army Mom. Appreciate you. Run the ball. Yeah, just from Gene Byram. The Dallas Cowboys, for the stretch of games after we lost to the Buccaneers, right? We lost to the Buccaneers, and after that stretch of games, we went on a run for 6-1. The Cowboys, collectively speaking, when we didn't have any issues or worries or doubts about the offensive line at the time, and you guys can talk to me later about everything else, but the Cowboys during that stretch of time was third ranked in rushing, and I think there was number 4 in passing. We went 6-1. So going back to the run, I get it. Yeah, we didn't like Connor Williams holding and these sorts of things, but Connor holding was different from what I'm seeing out of Tyler Smith holding. Connor holding was flat out, I'm getting beat, so I'm going to reach out and grab. Oh, I'm undersized. So I'm not trying to put lipstick on a pig or anything, Cowboy Nation, because I know there was some people going to say, Lord, putting that good lipstick on a pig, baby. He putting that Maybelline on that pig. Hold on, let me get my guy over here. Boss, what's good, dog? I'm live. Hey, what's good, man? I'm live, baby. What's good?
Hey, man, on your video, you probably want to cut out the first 15 seconds because the audio was horrible, bro. You know?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm live from a laptop, and I couldn't even, adjust none of that.
No, I was just letting you know because I did it on the after show.
Oh, you talking about the other deal?
I'm talking about the day one.
Oh, day one. No doubt, man. What else you got, man? I'm live, dog. What else you got?
Oh, my bad. Oh.
All right, bro. All right, bro. I thought he was talking about this video. He was talking about another video. But shout out to y'all, man. Law putting that $100 lipstick on the pig. Man, Maybelline, baby, whoever, I think Maybelline make lipstick. Let me know. Yeah, that was Boss, man. He'll let me know of the video that we did last night on the draft in the first 15 minutes. We was literally scrambling last night trying to get the audio and everything sink in. I couldn't hear him, because I didn't have no plug in my ear to hear what he was saying. But we managed to go through it, and I appreciate everybody. Jay Lombardi putting it. Y'all leave me alone. I'm not saying that Tyler Smith is my pet cat. I'm not saying that. But let's be real. All right, let's be real. I'm gonna say this right quick. Right now, you got Connor Williams in one corner. You got Tyler Smith in the other. Who gonna win? I'm just playing with y'all. Connor Williams got them hands on Aaron Donald. He got them hands on Aaron Donald, right? So it is what it is at this point. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank everybody for being part. So he do have upside, right? So it's not like we're gonna be looking at this thing and saying, all right, 2-3 years from now, is he strong? Is he strong enough, right? And that's gonna be the situation. That's flat out gonna be the situation. Look, and I blame Coach Marv. I blame Coach Marv for this, and he's in the chat. Shout out to Coach Marv. He says, love the physicality of Smith moving inside will help penalties. Day 2, we need to build even better on defense, i.e. the Kansas City Chiefs and Green Bay built on the defense. Man, people talking about the Eagles and the Giants or what have you. What the doggone Green Bay Packers did was golden, right? And what the Kansas City Chiefs did, I'm not worried too much about the AFC. AFC is going to battle it out for themselves. But what the doggone Green Bay Packers did was golden. Green Bay Packers was very golden in this draft, and we got to still wait and see how everything panned out down the line. But let me tell you guys, let me do this right quick. Do you guys know where the Cowboys were ranked at in defense last year? Right? Can y'all put the Cowboys ranked defense last year in the chat? I got it right here in my mind. I want to see if you guys know. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, I want to know where the people at that think like me. Yeah, Vincent got it right. Appreciate you. Yeah. Leon Lewis got it right. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So we was the 12th ranked defense overall, right? Now there were some categories where we were number one in, like takeaways. There's no other team that can take the ball away better than the Cowboys last year, right? The takeaways, that was the best thing for us. And then third down defense, it was real good. Third down defense, really good. All right. Now, Green Bay. Can somebody put their rankings of defense in the categories in the chat? And that they did for one of the better throwers of the balls that I ever seen out of Aaron Rodgers. Now, he's still wet the bed. I'm not trying to say that this guy could walk on water. But, yeah, Brown's got it right. VIP, Brown's got it right. Ford got it right. Green Bay was ranked third in defense last year. Number 3 defense. They were a good, solid unit on the defensive side of the coin. Now, one can argue they didn't lose a lot of guys last year. They lost a guy that pretty much he was injured, and we were banging on the table to get him, and he fooled around and went to the Ravens and then pivoted off from the Ravens and went somewhere. I forgot where he went. But they still have collectively their core on the defense still attached. And they went out there and got some more and more weapons, some more and more opportunities to showcase their defense, to improve their defense. And when you think about on the offensive side of the coin, shoot. Yeah, he went to Minnesota. Thank you, Leon. What's his name? I forgot his name, too. Was it Smith something? Yeah, I forgot his name. Put his name down there. Z Smith, yeah. Z Smith. And he didn't play good last year, by the way. I don't think he had a lot of snaps. I don't even think he even played. Did he play? But neither here nor there. Their defense will be better. Zadarius, thank you. But their offense, the Green Bay Packers can literally, day 2, go for that wide receiver. I think they need an offensive lineman, but they literally can go for the wide receiver now. They never give really, an early draft pick for Aaron Rodgers on wide receivers, but that's a story of a different day. So we'll find out, man, what the Green Bay Smackers are going to do for the 2022 season. But it appears, like my guy Coach Marv said, that they improved on their defense. And all of this stuff is paper still, baby. All of this stuff is still papers. Double star, not one star, but double star. I like that name, double star, because you got stars on both sides of the helmet, right? How many stars do the Cowboys really have on their uniform? Do we still have stars on our shirts? But shout out to you. That's a dope name, double star. He said we are penalty lovers. My thoughts on this double star is don't fall into the trap too bad about the penalties. Don't fall into that. That's something that this coaching staff said in the off-season, said going into the off-season, that's an emphasis, right? They're going to focus in on creating less penalties, so hopefully that will be the situation. Travis Jones, day 2. I feel you. It could be a situation. So Av says we got 4 stars collectively on our uniform. That was somebody need to come up with a Cowboys name. Quadruple star is a name. Shout out to you, Wright. Thank you for your donation there. Yep. Please make us feel better about this move, Law. Well, Nick, this is my thing. This is my thing on Tyler Smith. We said last year that we need to get stronger. We need to have that aggressive mentality. And newsflash, for the 2022 season, if you guys get someone to get beat into the inside, it would not be for lack of strength. It would not be for, hey, I can't get my balance together, right? Now, his feet probably not be the swiftest of the feet, but that's him looking at his tackle tape. Like Coach Marv just said, you kick him down inside. It's more base to power. Build a great defense will help your offense. Now your QB don't have to win every game, and that's how you win the Super Bowl, i.e. Tampa Bay and LA Rams. This is from Coach Marv P. Appreciate you, Coach Marv. Quad stars. Yeah. I like that. Quad star Cowboys. I love that. Meaning they counted all of the stars. So that's the reality of it, Cowboy Nation. Like I said, Coach Marv always have great points about physicality. And all what he told me last year, down the stretch, he kept using that physical word, that P word. Physicality. Cowboys need to get back to being physical. You can pump Connor Williams up with all of the steroids you want, and Tyler Biadasz, you can go ahead and pump him up all you want. If you don't have that mind that you're going to run through that brick wall, or you're going to have that mindset that I'm going to out-physical you, I'm going to be more physical than you, then it won't happen. It just won't. It will not happen. If you don't have, look, I was telling people, I've literally seen the little dog. Have you ever seen the little dog bark down and beat up the big dog because of the heart in the dog? And every now and then, you'll look outside the window and you see the little bird chasing the big bird away. The big bird just flying away. But that little bird got heart. That little bird got determination, trying to protect her eggs, right? I hope that this could be the philosophy of this Dallas Cowboys team, is going back to that physicality, going back to that mindset of being physical. We need a maulers. We need somebody to lay on you. We don't need somebody to help you up after we pancake you. No. Is he an upgrade from Connor Williams? This is from Dre the Great. I'll be a fool to say that, hey, week 1, day 1, he would play better than Connor Williams. I'm not finna say that. I'm not finna say that to you guys. My whole thing is, when I talk to you guys, I'm not finna sit here to lie to kick it to you. No. But the physicality, the mindset, baby. You see, Jordan couldn't beat the Detroit Pistons. If you guys can go way back, Detroit was more physical than Jordan. Jordan was the best player out there. I'm going way back. Maybe that's too far back, But it was about being physical, bumping him, knocking him around, throwing him off his marker. They had to end up changing the rules for Jordan. But physicality, baby, can do something for you. Debo, when he played against us last year, it wasn't the fact that he killed us with wide receiver play. Sure. We held that dude down to 3 catches. but he was physical when he ran the ball. You know, he was physical, the physicality of it. That what won it for them. Run this situation back, you know. I said last night, and shout out to my guy MJ. He said it when he called into the show a couple of days ago. He said, man, they ought to kick Connor McGovern in to fight for that center spot. He got position to flex. He could play in at that center spot. And that boy, he is physical. He got blocked for feet, but he's strong. He's an anchor. You won't push him back. So Tyler Biadasz, let's get it. Let's let this thing be the battle royale. You know, let these boys fight. You know, here's one thing that I'm going to say right here, too. Let me see if I can pull it up. You guys do remember when this happened.
Prizes here.
With the 31st pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Travis Frederick, center, Wisconsin.
Wow, wow, wow. I have a third-round grade on Travis Frederick, and I like him. He's a tough guy, especially in short areas. Dallas right now has Phil Costa, who's a restricted free agent, Ryan Cook, a retread from Minnesota. This is a kid, a typical Wisconsin offensive lineman. He's tough, he takes great angles, he's strong, but I had a third-round grade on him, and I think it's a little bit of a reach at this point.
So there were boos. There were boos when my guy Travis Frederick was drafted. Huh? And that dude, Mike, whatever his last name is, he had him as a third-round grade. He said it was a bit of a reach. But one thing that he said in his analysis was that he was tough and he was physical. But he was a bit of a reach, right? And people took what he said and went home with it. And they said, man, the Cowboys got a waste of a pick out of Travis Frederick, right? And all Travis Frederick did was move stuff out the way. Got tough with him. Got him down on the ground, rubbed his beard on him, you know. So before you guys put Tyler Smith in the casket, right, while he's still alive, give this man a chance, just like I gave Parsons a chance, right? Because I'm probably only one of the people that admitted I was like, man, a linebacker, we got so many issues here, we got so many issues there, but we'll find out what he's going to do. And think about it. I was coming from the mindset of this Cowboys defense when we got Parsons. We were 30th ranked. I didn't see this team being 12th ranked. I didn't see this team being first in takeaways. I didn't see this team being the number one defense on third down. I didn't see this. And there's a lot of things that we don't see now as it relates to Tyler Smith, Cowboy Nation. And that's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Rubbing his beard on, yeah, Apostle. He was like, he get you down and rub that beard on. He don't say many words, but he just rub that beard on you. Oh my gosh, man. Oh my gosh, Travis Frederick was a beast, man. And with one thing I know for sure, he can run some routes, right? We had a missing opportunity to at least have Travis Frederick to score a touchdown. All right, Cowboy Nation, I really appreciate y'all so much for joining me on this episode. Be sure to hit that like, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. I'm going to grab me some breakfast at this wonderful, beautiful location that I'm at. And all I have on right now is the coffee energy, you know. So let's get ready for tonight. I will be presenting more and more stuff throughout the day, but be sure to slap that notification bell because I don't have any set time. You know, I wish I had set times to say, hey, every day at 1 o'clock I'm here, you know, but I appreciate you guys because y'all are real ones, and y'all real ones in the chat, man. I thought about doing this same episode at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was up. I was like, man, I just got out of the shower. I was feeling good. I was like, man, I don't want to keep y'all up all night, man, because I was literally thinking about doing a marathon show, and you guys watch the sun rise as we rising about the Cowboys, talking about this and that. Shout out to you, Cuban Cowboys. Appreciate you, man. You think it's going to drop off wide receivers in the second round? Law, do you think – I guess you're saying, Law, who do you think is going to drop off at wide receiver in the second round? That auto tech got you real bad, fam. I feel you. But I like George Pickens. I really like George Pickens. I like Alex Pierce, too. I like speedy wide receivers like a Calvin Austin. I like those guys. So I like project receivers like a Thornton, the Thornton kid from Baylor. And he'd probably be more of a day 3 guy. Who else is a wide receiver? Y'all help me out as far as wide receiver. I don't have my cheat notes in front of me. I like Jalen Tolbert. Yep, Madman. Give me Pickens. Jalen is a better route runner than Pickens, but give me Pickens' nastiness. Jalen is nasty too, and I wish I got a chance to see Jalen go to a different program, and we was have a whole different conversation. Michi, shout out to Roll Tide, but with Michi, I'm like on the fence with Michi, and I get it. He's a good route runner. He's a good wide receiver for the Bama program or what have you. But I'm just being real with you. I'm kind of like on the fence with Michi. I'm not like all like, yeah, Michi. But shout out to him. Who else? Sky Moore. I like Sky Moore and his releases. And his, like, Sky, he trips me out because at the top of his route, he got an extra gear that he can get to. Khalil, I don't know, man. There's so many people out there.
Man, it is, Coach. Ain't no feeling like it, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, y'all. You, Shannon, I don't even know what I'm gonna have to unjoin these groups.
Yeah, we are here. Picturing ourselves.
You need
That's it. 2, 4, 6.
But you ain't good hands.
Yes, sir. Ain't too many teams like America's team, sir. Absolutely. Thank you for bringing me home.
22 NFL draft. The Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Smith.
We up out, baby. Appreciate y'all, man. I got to go grab me something to eat. But I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for jumping in and watching. DC for life. Salute.